In this video, we are going to learn about the Linux basics. As this is a part of the series of Linux for the DevOps, if you have watched my first video where we have learned how to set up and install the Linux in your Windows, Mac, and how you can use a playground which is available on the website. So now we are going to learn about the basic concept. As we know, Linux is a kernel, the code that talks to your hardware. We can see it at distribution. In the shorter version, we can say a distro. It is a bundles that kernel with tools. It is a package manager. And so if we see the different type of distribution distro, we have Ubuntu, we have Debian, we have RHL, Amazon Linux, and we have Alpine as well. So these are the different types of, you will see when you're working in DevOps, you will see Ubuntu type systems and you will see Debian type systems. So why DevOps runs on Linux? If you look at the normal day in DevOps, you deploy to a cloud virtual machine. It runs Linux. Your apps runs in a Docker container. Every container is a Linux process. So your pipelines run on a CI/CD runner, a Linux box, which is itself as a Linux box. And every container is a Linux process. And we say that if you have a cluster of Kubernetes or you have a cluster which schedule the pods onto the Kubernetes nodes, which is itself a Linux. So the tools keep changing, but the operating system under all of them stays the same, which is the Linux. And if you say if we have AWS, DigitalOcean, Google Cloud, like more than 9 out of 10 cloud servers runs Linux. So why we have to learn and why we have to use? It is free. Like there's no license fee per server. We have to start, we can start thousands of VMS. So if we have our own server, so there's no fee for the Linux. And we can do and run scripts on it. It's scriptable and it's stable. So server runs for years without a restart. And the commands you will learn here will work on AWS, Azure, GCP, and your laptop. That is the benefit. So what we have to do, that what the basic commands are, that what you are going to do most of the time in the Linux basics. If I have to go into my terminal, like if I say the basics commands, who am I? So it will tell which user you are, how you are logged in, how you are into that Linux system, and what is your username. So it is telling me Ubuntu, which is the username I am. That is a simple command. And normally we do SSH to do access, which is also a Linux command. So these are the basics commands that we have to use most of the time. That is the basics. And if we have to see, and when you are learning using this playground, you will able to see these basics commands, that what it means. If we see pwd, and you can see it can tell us where am I, on which path I am. Because if I create any folder file, so it can tell me my path and we can run whoami. So these are the basics commands, those are being used. And also, if you want to know that what is the kernel architecture, what which architecture, which Linux is this, you can look into about the whole architecture and how the system is. You can use these basics commands to know about. So this was all about the basics of Linux, that how the Linux work. And so in the next video, we are going to learn about the navigation and the file system in the Linux. So what we are going to cover in the next lessons, we will talk about different commands and how we can navigate between the files system and how it works in Linux. So I will see you in my next video.